Hello everyone, so we're just going to jump right into this tutorial and I'm going to start by priming my face with the Nivea Men's Post Shave Balm. And I'm not one to believe in primers really. I try to use them but none of them ever really seem to work or do anything for my face. But this one's actually made a huge difference. So I'm just going to rub that in. And then for foundation we're going to use the Maybelline Fit Me Matte+Poreless in the shade 115 and mix it with Tarte Amazonian Clay in the shade Light Sand, and I'm just going to blend all that in with my Real Techniques Beauty Sponge. Now I'm going to go in with concealer, and I'm going to do it one eye at a time so that it doesn't crease up. I'm going to blend it out and then set it with a powder and then move on to the other eye. I'm using Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in the shade 115. And to set it, I'm going to be using the Maybelline Master Fix translucent powder. It's like the Makeup Forever one, only cheaper, so it's basically just a dupe. And I'm going to be taking that on my Morphe tapered highlighting brush. And I'm just going to set all that to make sure that it doesn't crease. And I'm going to do the same thing with the other eye. And now I'm just going to set the entire face with my just big Wet n Wild powder brush. And now I'm going to go ahead and bronze with Benefit's Hoola bronzer. And I'm going to use that same fluffy brush because I don't want a lot of definition. I kind of just want to bronze today. So we're just going to take that on the cheekbones and bronze up the skin. And I'm also going to take that on the forehead. You'll see that I'll take it on the forehead and my jaw just to make sure that I get all that definition in more spots than just my cheekbones. So you'll see that I do that. And now I'm going to use blush. I'm going to use my angled blush brush from Sephora and Wet n Wild blush. And I'm just going to put a little bit of that on my cheekbones. Not too much because I'm not a big blush fan, but just enough to have some color. And now I'm going to highlight, and I'm actually going to be using my favorite highlight ever, and it's actually an eyeshadow from the Sephora brand. It's in the shade Satin Corset, and it's only $10, and it's probably the most amazing thing I've ever used for a highlighter. And I'm going to be using my M501 brush from Morphe to highlight my cheekbones. And you'll see that I also highlight the tip of my nose and my brow bones as well, just to even it all out. Now I'm going to go in with eyeshadow. I'm going to be using my M441 brush by Morphe. And I'm going to use a kind of just fleshy colored eyeshadow by Coastal Scents, and I'm just going to take that in my crease and just blend it all over the place. It doesn't have to be perfect because you will hardly be able to see it anyway once everything is done, but it's just to make sure that everything blends seamlessly on top because we don't want any harsh lines in this smoky eye. We want everything to be very blown out. We want a nice gradient in there. So we're going to put down a transition color, and then we're going to go in with a green shade from that same Coastal Scents palette to start adding some color in there. If you guys would like, I'll name all of the products down below. I'll list them in the description so that you can see the products that I actually used. So I'm just going to take that in the crease, blending it out for sure, but not as high as I took that transition shade. But we definitely want this to be smoked out, because we're going to go in and add some more definition with a darker color later, but we want this to be very smoked out and very blended. And then the next thing that I'm going to do is take a lighter color on my lid to make everything stand out. I'm just going to take a eyeshadow brush by Wet n Wild and the tan color in my Rimmel Quad and just add some brightness to that lid. And next, I'm going to highlight the inner corner. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. We're actually going to add some definition into the outer corner with that dark green shade. I'm not going to take it all the way in. I'm going to start in the outer corner and just kind of blend it in, but I'm not going to take that darkness all the way into the inner corner, if you know what I mean. I'm using my M433 brush by Morphe. It's kind of a more precision version of the M441. The M441 is more fluffy so that you can blend it out bigger, but this one is more for precision blending. So we're just going to do that. And then next we're going to highlight the inner corner. But you can see that I put the color down in the outer corner and in the outer part of the crease, and then I blend it in just to make sure that everything is seamless and really smoky. But I don't actually bring just as much darkness into the inner part of the eye, because that'll make it more dramatic, and this is a daytime look, so we don't want it to be too over the top. So yeah, now I'm going to take that Satin Corset shade by Sephora and I'm going to put that in the inner corner with a small little precision pencil brush. This one's actually from Crown Brushes and I actually love it. I got it in an Ipsy bag a long time ago. And I don't really use the other side of it very much, but I love that pencil brush for highlighting the inner corner and getting some brightness into that tear duct. I love that brush so much. And I'm actually going to add some more lightness to that lid because we kind of lost it in the blending process. I'm going to put a lighter shade on top of the last shade I used on that lid just to bring some brightness back in there because we really want the lid to stand out. And then we want the crease to be the opposite. We want it to kind of have more definition and we want the lid to more stand out. And now I'm going to be using that pencil brush again, and I'm going to be taking the shade Levitation from the Kat Von D Shade Light Contour Palette, and I'm actually going to use that to highlight my brow bones. And now I'm going to be doing my brows. I'm using the Sephora brow pencil in the shade Midnight Brown. I actually really love this brow pencil. I haven't had one bad brow day since I have been using this pencil. It's amazing. And it's only like $12, I believe. It's just perfect, and it's the most perfect shade for me too. A lot of times it'll be too warm or it won't be dark enough or something, but this one's actually perfect. It doesn't make my brows look too warm or too brown or anything, so it's perfect for those blondes that want darker brows but they don't want it to look awkward from being too warm. This is definitely still very cool toned while still being a dark brown, which is hard to find when you're trying to match it with blonde hair. The safest way to go is a taupe type brow pencil, but I really want my brows to be darker than that, just a little bit, so I like to go with this one in Midnight Brown. Now I'm just going to be brushing them out with the other side of that brow pencil. I'm just going to comb it out just so it looks a little bit more natural and less drawn on, so you can't really see the pencil strokes. And I'm just going to do that on both sides. And then next I'm going to set them with my Anastasia Beverly Hills Clear Brow Gel. This brow gel is absolutely amazing. I've made the mistake of falling asleep with my makeup on before, and when I woke up in the morning my brows were still on point. So thank you, Anastasia, for that. Now I'm going to do my eyeliner. I'm going to go in with the Maybelline Eye Studio Gel Liner in the shade Blackest Black. And I'm going to be using my favorite eyeliner brush ever. It's the EO6 brush by Sigma. It's probably the most expensive brush that I own, and I know that Sigma is not too bad, but I don't really like to spend that much on one brush unless it's really necessary, and with this brush it is very necessary. This brush is so tiny and it can get so precise when it comes to your eyeliner, and it's just amazing. It makes wing liner so much easier, because I mean, wing liner is already hard enough. We don't need to make it harder by not having the proper brush. So I went ahead and spent the money on this brush, and I have not regretted it once since then. Now I'm going to go in with my mascara, and I'm going to be using the Star Wars mascara by CoverGirl. It doesn't really matter which one you use, and I just really like this one because I love Star Wars. So I'm just going to be coating my natural lashes, getting them ready to put some falsies on. So you just need a light coat of that. Now I'm going to go in with my falsies. I'm going to be using the style S1 by Select Lash. These lashes are amazing, but they definitely take some getting used to wear because they have kind of a thicker band. So if you're not used to wearing lashes, you probably won't like these. But after you get used to them, they're really pretty. So I'm actually going to go in with a white eyeliner pencil now in my waterline, just to bring some light to that area, because this is a daytime look and I wanted it to look more fresh and bright. If you're going to be doing this for nighttime, then you can simply just switch to black eyeliner and smoke out the bottom. Right now I'm going in with a green shade, the same green shade I used in my crease at first, and I don't want this to be too dramatic, so I'm only going to add like a light wash of the color. But if you're going to be doing this for nighttime, or you just want it to be really bold, then you can go in with the dark shade that I used after that. And then you can even go in with a black and just smoke it out all the way to the inner corner. And that would look really beautiful as well. Now I'm going to go in with the lips. I'm going to be using ColourPop's matte, ultra matte lip in the shade More Better. I love this. It's just like, it's a really pretty like berry purple shade. I don't really know how to describe it honestly, but it's so amazing. This is the first liquid lipstick that I've used since I became obsessed with the Kat Von D ones, and I still gotta say that Kat Von D is my favorite, but these ones are really pretty as well, especially for the price. I think this was $6, and for $6 you really can't beat it because the pigmentation is amazing, and as long as you use a lip balm underneath, they're really not drying either, and the colors are beautiful. So you really can't go wrong with these. And I thought that this berry shade would really complement the green eyeshadow very well. So I'm just going to be very careful with that since I didn't use a lip liner. And without further ado, we are done. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you like this. If you try to recreate it, please let me know and tag me on any social media. I'll leave them in the description. And I hope you all have a lovely day. Bye-bye.